What's going on, Washington fans? Welcome back to Taking Command with Josh Taylor as I go through every single pick for the Washington Commanders in the 2023 NFL Draft. And the draft is officially over. I've been at the National Harbor all day for the Washington Commanders draft party, which was a great time. You can check out some of the vibes on my Instagram and my Twitter at Josh Taylor FB. You see it at the bottom of the screen there. And then also, I'm sure a ton of y'all follow our boy Rio Robinson on Twitter and YouTube. So check out his stuff. I know he's going to be posting stuff from it. Just a great time, great vibes, just being around fans and the team again. It feels like football season is right here. So I'm going through every single pick that happened here in day 3. So I'm starting with the first pick of the day, and that is the 118th overall pick in the draft. And that's Braeden Daniels, another offensive lineman. So we go with Ricky Stromberg yesterday, who I say is the starting center of the future. And then today we double down. So we go back-to-back with DBs and then back-to-back with offensive linemen. Such a need for this team. Now, the big question is going to be, where does Braeden Daniels play? Obviously, at Utah, he played all over the place, and I'll pull up his PFF profile for y'all. They have him listed as a guard at 6'4", 294 out of Utah. Anywhere can have him listed as a tackle or a guard. It doesn't matter to me because he has played plenty of snaps at both positions, and that's what I'm going to bring up here. So, round 4, we go Braeden Daniels, who was one of my sleeper picks on the offensive line later in the draft from the 4th and 5th round. For me, it was between Braeden Daniels or Antonio Mafi as my two guys that I really wanted Washington to go with as high upside guard potential. Maybe he can play tackle. But let's take a look and see what PFF has to say about this. Y'all know I've been using PFF all offseason, a little more than I ever have, to be honest with you. So let's pull up, see what we got here. You can't really see it on the right side that clearly, so I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to make it big. But they say that Braeden Daniels, the pick is a good grade. It's a good pick because Daniels started at left guard in 2019, right tackle in 2021, and then finished in 2022 at left tackle. He's likely he'll likely fit in the best in the interior of the NFL, but he offers athleticism and versatile depth for a Washington offensive line that finished last season as the 24th ranked unit in PFF pass blocking grade. So right away, PFF thinks that he fits best for his size and everything at the inside. So probably left guard, maybe right guard. I think he's more of a left guard in my opinion, but he offers the athleticism and versatile depth that he can play at the left tackle spot. So maybe he has the upside to start at left tackle, but for me, I'm more comfortable at that left guard spot. Some people have him as like a swing tackle, whatever. But let's take a look at Braeden Daniels a little bit. Open up his profile here. Kind of look at some grades and the snap alignments. Obviously, you see the snap alignments here at the bottom left. Left tackle, all 966 snaps were at left tackle last year. The year before that, you see the split between left guard and right tackle. And then in 2020, all of his snaps were at left guard. So he's played all over the place. And the thing for me looking at it is from 2020 to 2021 and 22, obviously it's different teams, but look at the grades. It seems like 22 was his worst year at that left tackle spot, and a lot of things can play into that. But still, he gave up 0 sacks last year, only 1 hit and 14 hurries. The year before that, only 1 sack and 2 hits. So you're looking at the last 3 years, he's only given up 2 sacks and 3 hits in 3 seasons at 3 different positions on the offensive line. I think this guy is really athletic. I think he's super fast for his size. He's not as big as some of these like 300-pound linemen, but 6'4", 294. He's a straight unit. And I think he carries it well. I think he has that speed to where maybe he is a swing tackle where he can get out in space and open things up for you. But I think he's best suited as a pass blocking left guard, maybe as that left tackle once again, as I said. Because look here, the run blocking grade, you want to see that a little bit better. 65.6 last year, but a 78.7 pass blocking grade last year. And that's something we're hurting big time for. And, I think that Nick Gates is going to be the guy that starts at left guard. I think he's good enough to start at left guard. But I think Braeden Daniels at least gives you a camp body that can compete with them, maybe take that spot over. Like I said, I think Stromberg starts at center. I don't think that's Nick Gates' job. I think Nick Gates is going to be at that left guard spot. Charles Leno's at left tackle. Braeden Daniels is a guy who can come in and start at left tackle. Maybe if Leno goes down, which seems like it'll never happen because he doesn't miss snaps. He's played like 3 years straight without missing a game. But also it just gives you a developmental guy that maybe after this season, move on from Charles Leno, But then Braeden Daniels, he gets that one solid year on this offensive line, just a year of transitioning to the NFL, getting his body exactly where it needs to be, to where he can be a developmental guy. You're building him up to be the left tackle of the future. So I think Braeden Daniels is a great pick at this position. Like I said, for me, it was Braeden Daniels or Antonio Mafi. And for me, Mafi's strictly a left guard, like strictly a left guard. I wanted him there. But here's a couple things that the Washington PR team tweeted out about Braeden Daniels. They said more on Daniels. He played in 49 games to 43 starts at the University of Utah from 2018 to 2022, made 18 starts at left guard, 14 starts at left tackle, and 11 starts at right tackle. He earned Pac-12 All-Conference First-Team honors in 2022 and Pac-12 Second-Team honors in 2021. He helped Utah to 217.6 rushing yards per game, which ranked 11th in the FBS and second in the Pac-12. And I know the run grade might not be there, but the year before that, and I think even more so at the right tackle and then also at left guard, his rushing block grade was even higher. And some of y'all know this. I cover Penn State. So I was at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California in January. I can't remember if Braeden Daniels played that game or not, but I want to go back and watch that all 22, see if he did play. I know Utah was out a couple guys like Dalton Kincaid. But Utah always had a really good running team. Obviously, they had some weapons on offense, really good, reliable quarterback. Like I mentioned, Dalton Kincaid being a stud at tight end. So I really want to go back and watch the tapes on Braeden Daniels, and I'm going to do some all 22 breakdowns on here on the channel. But for the sake of this, I just wanted to go through the pick, talk about Braeden Daniels, just give my initial reaction and thoughts on Braeden Daniels. Like I said, guys, I like this pick. I think this is a guy that can come in and once again compete to give some reps at left guard with Nick Gates. I think that's how the offensive line is really going to pan out. But then also, I think this is a guy who can develop into maybe a future left tackle to start after, we move on from Charles Leno, whenever that is. Maybe it's next year. Got to look at the contract. I think this is the last year on contract. Maybe it's another year. I think this is the last one. But regardless, I like the pick. So let me know what y'all think. I'm going to get back to recording some more picks because obviously Washington had a good bit of picks today. So peace.